Former Army Lieutenant Colonel and Opposition Member of Parliament Joe Harmon believes the public vetting of prospective Army recruits will augur well for the professionalization of the Ghana Defence Force. Harmon comments came against the backdrop of a notice from the Ghana Defence Force in the daily newspapers asking the public to provide the information as to why those potential recruits should not be considered for the basic recruitment course. According to Harmon, getting the public involved in such an exercise is commendable.
You would recognize over the last couple of years that a lot of soldiers have been in the news for matters that are not particularly that's not particularly endear themselves to us as persons who are what we call the managers of violence. A soldier, after he is trained, his what he goes to work with, just as a carpenter goes to work with his tools, a soldier's tool of trade is his weapon. And a weapon is something which unleashes violence. And once citizens feel that a person who is managing that violence is not a safe person, I think that they have a right. I think what the Army is doing here, I believe it is a good thing.
The Army said the public vetting exercise has been designed to ensure that the Army is not infiltrated by persons of questionable character. But Capital News understands that the vetting campaign is not sitting well with some of the potential recruits who stated that their business are now the subject of public discussions. Meantime, some of the family members of the potential recruits are questioning whether the Army's intelligence unit could have carried out an internal vetting campaign.
Well, let me say this to you, that in my experience, I've had some limited knowledge of what is called vetting. And there are different types of vetting. This is what you call a public vetting. Of course, there are issues where you have a more in-depth type of vetting. That, of course, has to be done by the ranks within the Army or the police, the special branches, the case might be. For every single individual that you see here, it will take hours and hours of manpower to go and check the background of these soldiers, of these potential soldiers.
Harmon said for too long, some members of the force have been acted in a manner that are not becoming of a military officer. And he believes that this vetting process will be able to separate those who are committed to protecting the territorial integrity of Ghana's borders and those who otherwise have ill intentions. Leroy Adolphus, Capital News.